Hi everyone, I'm Bijan. Welcome back. Something no one warned me about after figuring out that I was autistic and ADHD was all of the questions that I would have, especially about myself. Not in a scary way, but more in a confusing way. I would catch myself saying, is this really me, or is this what I've been doing to get by to fit into social standards? For years, I just assumed everything about me was my personality. Not, oh, it's my ADHD, or oh, it's my autism, or oh, it's a mix of both, which I understand those are a part of my personality. But I guess for me, it's hard to know what's really me and what was me masking, what was me taking from other people's personalities and making it my own to fit in the way that I thought was the right way to fit in. So now my questions are, is this something that I've been hiding about myself? Is this something I adapted to because of the ADHD and autism? Or is this actually me? I'm learning to stop labeling everything about myself as a flaw. There are so many things I criticize myself about: being too needy, being too sensitive, asking too many questions, needing quiet time, shutting down. Now, instead of thinking something's wrong with me, I'm trying to figure out what I can do to help those parts of me, because there's a reason I am the way I am, right? So I just need to find the right tools to help myself when I am feeling those things, or maybe being too much for some people. But I guess if I'm too much for some people, then those aren't really my people, right? I'm giving myself permission to experiment. One thing I'm realizing is now that I know that I'm autistic and ADHD, I don't have to have the answers right away. So I'm trying new routines. I'm trying new ways of communicating. I'm trying new ways of doing a lot of things to figure out what actually works best for me and what I'm most comfortable with. So when I'm finding something that actually helps, I'm trying to use that more instead of trying to find everything to fix myself. It's more, what is going to make me comfortable? What is going to help me the most in this very moment? What do I need? What do I need? Not what does everyone else need? What do I need? This journey is very linear, as most are. Some days I know exactly the things, and some days I'm more confused than ever. I think that's a fairly normal thing to feel when you're trying to discover yourself. When you've masked for so many years and you don't know what parts of your personality are actually you and what parts of your personality are other people that you've taken on, it can be really confusing, honestly. I don't know sometimes what I want, because sometimes I'm like, do I actually want that? Or did I say that because this person influenced it? Sometimes I really don't know what I like. Something that's been a big topic of conversation recently is, what are my hobbies and my interests? Obviously, we know I like Pokemon, but I don't have any hobbies or interests really, other than like, I like to research things. I like to, make social media content, but do I have big hobbies and interests? I don't always have an answer to that. And it's because a lot of times I've taken on other people's interests and hobbies. I don't ever really know what's me. Even with food and stuff, like, I'm still learning so much about myself, and it's years, 30 something years of masking and taking on other people's personalities that I'm now trying to unravel to figure out who I am. And it's such a big journey, and I know it won't be over anytime soon, if ever, because I think life is just a journey in itself. But it's so crazy to not know who you are as a person, because having autism and ADHD makes you take on so much from other people. To actually have the time to figure out who you are, it's scary, honestly. I didn't think this journey would be scary, but sometimes it is when I really don't know what I want. And I think that that's a very strange concept to my brain, to be like, well, what do you want? And then I don't have an answer to it because I don't know what's me. So it's been really eye-opening, I guess, to say, like, taking the mask off finally and starting to unmask, at least when I feel safe to figure out who I am as a person without anybody else's opinions or anybody else's thoughts. At the end of the day, my goal is not to be someone new. My goal is to simply be authentically 100% myself, and to learn about myself as much as I possibly can so that I can show up for the people in my life as me. But I guess at the end of the day, I just want to give myself the chance to learn who she really is, because I think I deserve that. And I think little me would want that for myself also, as someone who never felt like they truly belonged anywhere, as someone who felt like they were always the oddball out, the weirdo, the one that was too much. I owe it to myself to find out who I am as a person And it's exciting and scary and confusing, but I'm ready for it. And I'm already in the journey, obviously. It's just an exciting journey to be on at the end of the day. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do so. I'm glad I finally know these things about me, and unmasking is scary, but it's also exciting. So I'm definitely ready for this journey to continue and to share anything I learned about myself with you guys along the way. Honestly, maybe it would help somebody. I just want to create a safe place for people, I guess, because I don't feel like I've ever had a safe place, and I think we all deserve that. I guess I'm giving myself permission to become the person I've always wanted to be and who I actually am inside. As always, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.